The movie begins on Halloween 1968 in the small town of Mill Valley, Pennsylvania, and features Stella, Chuck, and Augie. Ramon drives them into town. Nearby, Stella is called by her friends, Chuck and Augie, to play a prank on the school bully, Tommy.
Oh, it's that smell. Oh, it's old man under. We got him.
The jock and his buddies throw beer bottles at a neighborhood scarecrow called Harold. Tommy then takes a swing at the scarecrow with his bat.
Eat it, Harold.
Chuck then fishes excrement out of the toilet and meets with his friends and toilet paper and egg Tommy's car, while he's with Chuck's sister Ruthie and his friends. Tommy eventually ends up driving his car back into a hedge. He and his friends chase after some kids who run into a drive-in theater and hide themselves in Ramon's car. The bullies find them and threaten them to get out. Then, they are all driven out of there by security, but not before Tommy makes a taunting comment to Stella about her mother walking out on her and Stella's father. After the jocks leave, Stella takes a breath outside before inviting Ramon and the guys to check out a haunted house.
So, do you want to see a haunted house?
The teens go to the home of Sarah Bellows, an old legend about a disturbed woman who had supposedly poisoned several children in the neighborhood. The teens enter after Ramon picks the lock. Augie and Chuck mess around, but Chuck ends up hiding in a closet where he sees an old room turn refurbished and what appears to be an older woman with a dog sitting by a bed. Augie goes to scare Chuck, and everything turns to look old again. Stella and Ramon find Sarah's book of scary stories. Tommy and his goons trap the teens. Ruth tells Tommy to let them out, but Tommy locks her in too. After trying to break out, a spirit lets them out. The teens go to find that Tommy wrecked Ramon's car, and since Ramon was living in his car, he had nowhere to go. Stella invites Ramon to stay in the basement. Tommy drives home drunk and is asked by his mother to deliver eggs to their neighbors. On Tommy's way home, he comes across Harold and insults him again. Meanwhile, Stella reads from Sarah's book and sees a story titled Harold Appearing. She notices that it mentions Tommy, and Tommy sees that Harold is no longer on his pike. Tommy soon realizes Harold is following him and trips across a rake to stop Harold. Tommy tries running away, but his body starts to fill up with straw. Ramon brings his car to the shop in the morning, but Chief Turner presses him. When he saw what Tommy wrote, Turner questions him over the fight he got into with Tommy. Stella's father notes that Tommy is missing. Stella investigates with Ramon, and they find Harold wearing Tommy's clothes. Stella figures that it's Tommy, and that the story she read came to life. She takes the book back to the Bellows house.
Here's your book back.
When they return home, Ramon finds the book back on the bookshelf. A new story appears, The Big Toe, which features Augie's name and involved him eating a stew containing an appendage and a voice calling out, "Who took my toe?" Stella calls Augie to warn him, but Augie ends up eating the stew, and the big toe woman starts stalking him. Augie runs to hide in his room, but Big Toe finds him under the bed and reveals her scary face before Augie disappears. Ramon and Stella show up too late and see the marks under Augie's bed. Stella tells Chuck and Ruth all about the book. Chuck proposes that they take it to the police, but Ramon doesn't want to get involved with them. The trio tries to burn the book, but nothing happens. The trio goes to the Mill Valley Gazette for any old information on Sarah. They find articles about Lulu Baptiste, who worked for the Bellows family, but was fired after Sarah hung herself. The book then starts another story, The Red Spot. This one's about Ruthie, who got bitten by a spider in the Bellows house. She is ready to go on stage for a performance, but the spider bite on her cheek worsens. She goes to the bathroom and hears a voice calling her. A spider leg pokes out of Ruth's cheek before a whole swarm of spiders start crawling out and biting her. She is covered in bites and then is taken to the hospital. The friends track down Lulu to ask what happened to Sarah, hoping to find a way to undo everything. Lulu says that there was no magic involved, but the existence of the book overwhelmed her.
No, there is no magic, child.
The gang then heads to a hospital for records of the Bellows family. The kids sneak in to find whatever documents they can. Ramon and Stella come across a room with old recordings from Sarah.
You're going to tell the truth now, aren't you, Sarah?
I didn't hurt the children.
As orderlies find Chuck as he snuck in, and the alarm goes off, making everything red. He then sees the pale lady. No matter where he runs, the pale lady keeps coming closer until he cannot escape, and she absorbs Chuck. Stella and Ramon find out that he has gone too late, and they are kicked out of the hospital. Stella calls her father from the precinct. She fears that she will die because of the book, and she tells him not to think that she is running away. Roy tells her not to believe that it was her fault that Stella's mother left. Turner interrogates Ramon and Stella about the disappearance of their friends. They explain that it's because of the book, but Turner doesn't believe them. The two are then placed in adjacent jail cells, and Ramon tells Stella that his brother was drafted to Vietnam and was killed, so he got away, learning he was to be drafted. Then, the following story is written. A monster called the Jangly Man emerges. He takes off Turner's neck, and his body is tossed towards Stella's cell. Stella gets the keys, but the monster attempts to get Ramon, as his name was in the book. And Ramon knows the Jangly Man from a story his father told him. Stella frees them both, realizing they must go to the Bellows house to end all this. Jangly Man chases after them as they take Turner's car. Ramon and Stella reach the Bellows house, where they get separated as the Jangly Man runs after Ramon. The ghost takes Stella into another room and come face to face with Sarah's spirit, getting ready to trap Stella in her story. Stella stands up to Sarah's ghost and says she knows that her family killed the children and framed her. Stella then promises Sarah that she will tell the truth.
It's all on you. I'll tell your story. The real story. I'll tell the truth.
Sarah gives Stella a pen and tells her to write Sarah's story. The Jangly Man goes down as the terror appears to stop. Stella and Ramon run to embrace each other. Later, Ramon willingly goes to be drafted in Vietnam. He says goodbye to Stella, who gives him a letter and promises to write him. He reads it on the bus. Stella writes a story for the school paper about the truth over the Bellows family history. While not many people listen, she is determined to let the story be known. She then goes with her father and Ruth, as they plan to use Sarah's book to find a way to bring back Augie and Chuck. Well, that's all we have for you today. What are your thoughts on scary stories to tell in the dark? Have you seen it? Let us know in the comments section down below what you think about today's video. If you liked this video and found it informative, then be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Also, if you don't want to miss out on any new future videos like these, then be sure to click on that subscribe button and turn on the notifications under this video so that you're notified the next time we upload a new video. Thanks for watching, guys. We hope you have a great day today, and we'll see you in the next video.